He would most certainly become suspicious at this moment.
Sorry, I'm really cold.
It's okay.
You still heat still?
Yeah, I haven't touched those or anything, but
Oh, okay.
Jody's mind would be racing here, yet she desperately wants her exterior self to appear calm. She's so focused on having this nonchalant disposition that she completely fails to realize her behavior doesn't match the situation whatsoever. She's in a state of hyperarousal while feigning a state of composure, and the end result just looks very strange. It gives reason for her unusual infatuation with a voice recorder, and also for her oncoming sitting position, which really can't be described, only compared to a sea lion peeking over a rock.
And they're not on, so what I want to do is just get to the bottom of it. Everybody wants to know, okay? And, so I'm going to ask you some questions. You can voluntarily answer them if you want, okay? Is that cool?
Yeah, that's fine.
There was some question about you being, well, let's start with this. What have you been up to since Travis's death? What have you been doing?
Well, I've been working.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been really working in prepaid legal. There's not a whole lot here in this marketplace, which is...
It's kind of small here.
It's small here, and really that could be seen as an opportunity rather than a hindrance, because that just means the market is untapped in a large way. So I could have if I wanted to, but I'm kind of like a deer in the headlights when it comes to prepaid legal. I just have a fear of just approaching people.
Mm-hmm.
You'll come to notice that Jody will go off on these unrelated tangents anytime she has the slightest chance to do so. It's a recurring theme in interrogations for when the suspect is facing serious charges, and the common theory is that it's an attempt at gaining a momentary escape from what is likely the most terrifying moment of their life. Going into detail about topics completely unrelated to the situation at hand essentially delays the onset of their new reality. Forensic psychology views this as a form of denial, and also a subconscious coping mechanism. This particular tangent was about the local climate and multi-level marketing, but she'll also ramble about photography, religion, relationships, spirituality, household pets, her ex-boyfriends, road trips, hitchhiking, designer clothing, and computer virus software. The detective subtly nudges her away from the theme of network marketing and onto the topic of Travis. She starts off with a Facebook post she made in his memory.
I realized looking back on it that it kind of sounded immature. It's more of like my dear Travis kind of letter. And so I took it down because...
More personal?
Yeah, some of it was details a little bit more personal. Not too personal, nothing inappropriate. Just, I just felt funny. I think because I'm a photographer, I tend to communicate more through pictures, so I posted a ton of pictures that I had of him, and I have a ton more that I just can't access right now, and videos and things that I know his family would want, but
She then explains how it's hard to talk about Travis's death with the guy she's now dating.
And we've been talking a lot, and we try not to talk about that because it's kind of like, ugh. And plus Travis is my ex-boyfriend, but at the same time he's my friend, so while I'm mourning my friend, how do you talk to your new potential possible maybe person that you might start dating about your friend even though he was your ex-boyfriend? So it's kind of a gray area.
The detective knows she'll happily trail off until the morning comes, so he cuts her off and locks her into the situation at hand.
And I've talked to a lot of people, and
Jesus Christ,
everybody's pointing a finger at you. You know,
I don't even know where to begin. I don't know to talk about the arousal, or I don't know if I should talk about her trailing off, or she is just like, Jesus fucking Christ, dude. The moment that someone starts talking about antiviruses in the middle of a fucking conversation like this, you just, when you're under the suspicion that you might have murdered your boyfriend, it's like, it's a wrap. It's GG's.
Everybody is saying, I don't understand what happened to Travis. I don't know who killed him. But you need to look at Jody. And sometimes the simplest answers are the correct ones.
One of the most fascinating parts of this interrogation is how long the detective allows Jody to cling on to hope. For the first 45 minutes, she will be terrified, yet still believe there's a chance she will be going home at the end of it. The detective will hint at her suspicions and culpability in a gradual manner, yet not directly accuse her until a much later stage. Dangling the idea of hope above someone's head while simultaneously hinting at the grim future that awaits them would perhaps be considered cruel in most other circumstances. Yet on this occasion, it is tolerated for a tactical purpose, which is to allow for as much divulgence from the suspect as possible. Her fear will cause her to panic, not enough to the point where she completely locks up, but just enough so that she continuously tries to claw at her own salvation, and in the process will divulge information that will be extremely damaging to her defense later on.
And that's one of the reasons I started looking at you a little bit closer. And over the last month or so, I've gotten into Travis's life, talked to all his friends, his family. I got a really good understanding of who he is now. And I got a very good understanding of your relationship with him. Obviously you weren't boyfriend and girlfriend anymore, but you were still having a sexual relationship, which...
Does his family know about that? Just curious.
No, his family doesn't know anything. Yeah.
I'm interested in protecting how he's remembered as well. And
just for the purpose of integrated context, at Jody's trial, she would label Travis a sexual deviant, a domestic abuser, and a pedophile.
He truly had feelings for you. And for some reason, he felt that the relationship between you and him was somewhat unhealthy, but he couldn't stop it. And I assume that's probably maybe the same way you felt about him, or maybe you didn't understand why he didn't believe it was healthy.
No, I didn't think it was healthy either, spiritually at least, and probably emotionally, but mostly spiritually. And I think that kind of, once you have something that's not healthy spiritually, it filters through all aspects of your life.
Her dialogue alters from spirituality to her work history and then to her finances before moving on to her family. Bear in mind she wasn't asked about any of this.
Financially, I wasn't doing well. I missed my family. I moved away shortly after high school, and I come back to visit, but I realized over the years I'd missed out on a lot of things. My little brother and sister missed out on just their karate or their baseball or cheerleading or...
The detective nudges her back to the subject of Travis once more. He asks if the sexual element combined with his religion was the reason the relationship didn't work. Jody then takes it upon herself to recount her sex life history and simultaneously preach about her own devotion to the Bible.
I've had a couple of serious relationships before where I was intimate with a few people, and it's kind of silly, but I used to always joke that regardless of what the Bible says, and yes, I'm Christian, I just live my life by the 10 Commandments, and those are my rules. Da, 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 da. You know, thou shalt not this or that, but it doesn't say thou shalt not fornicate. So I just used to joke about that. We did pray about it. I remember we knelt by his bed once, and surprisingly, he suggested it. Normally, I would suggest that we pray before we go on a trip or before we eat if we're alone.
It was kind of unusual for him, huh?
Yeah, because he was very resistant to prayer. He's like, so I'd say, will you say a prayer? He's like, why don't you say a prayer? Why don't you say a prayer? Why don't you say a prayer? So we'd go back and forth. Jody, will you say a prayer? And I said, sure. And Travis was like...
The detective endures as much prayer talk as humanly possible before shifting the topic once more.
He was at a point in his life where he wanted to really start settling down. He felt like he needed to kind of grow up.
Mm-hmm.
Become a husband, become a father. Did you guys ever discuss possibly getting married or anything?
When we were dating, we did.
Okay.
Once we broke up, he brought it up. He actually proposed to me a lot of times, but he wasn't serious.
Let's move to after the breakup.
Oh, okay.
What kept you in Mesa at that point?
I actually moved to Mesa a few weeks after we broke up.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there was a time period you really wasn't seeing anybody, and then Mimi came into the picture. What did you think about her?
I didn't know a lot about her. She seems like a really nice girl. He showed me her picture on Facebook. I don't think she had a lot of pictures on there. He said that he's not sure why, but he's pretty sure that she could be it.
Uh-huh.
And I was happy for him. I didn't find out about Lisa.
This conversation you had face to face with him?
Yeah,
or?
yeah, it was in his room. And he had his laptop, you know, just on his bed.
Jody is desperately trying to make it appear as though her and Travis were on good terms. But this is just overkill. Jody was labeled the crazy stalker ex by all of Travis's friends, and even Travis himself. The idea that he would show and then discuss any potential future romances with Jody is ridiculous.
And I truly believe he does love her still.
Oh, he
but
does.
Travis had a, he's what you call a player. You know what that means? Yeah. He kind of pulls girls in.
Anybody, though.
He was reluctant to make a commitment, first off. And truly, he didn't think that you were marriage material. And I don't know why not. I mean, I see you. You're a wonderful girl. You're struggling. You're trying to make your way through life, and I don't see why you guys couldn't have made it.
I think we have very different philosophies on a lot of ways. We would argue about the dumbest things, and like there were so many times where I just couldn't wrap my mind around what he would. I could, but I would try to get him to do the same for me. Like there was a time when I broke down on the way to LA once, and my car got a flat tire, so I had at the time roadside assistance because my car was still under warranty. And they went to take the car in to change the tire and realized that when they sold me the car, they didn't give me the wheel lock key.
What is this? What is the technique being applied by the detective here? Like, just listening to her endlessly fucking go on just because she's hot? Like, what's the detective technique here? Is it called just simping for the hot murderer? Like, this technique used by the detective is called let her ramble on for, 7.5 hours. Chat's taking notes on baiting. Oh, I forgot. The actual other technique being applied here is the top of the hour technique, where streamer is cooking curry chicken in the background. Okay, because his mom won't. So he has to make his own curry chicken in the background while watching the video on his phone, and then coming over to run a 60-second ad break at the top of the hour. Now, this technique can be avoided. Okay? And that's called subscribing with a Twitch Prime. If you use the... Bro, you're literally 34? No, I'm not 34. Fuck you. It's called subscribing with a Twitch Prime for free. By that way, with that technique, you can avoid the ads. So, there is that. And yes, my mom is not cooking my chicken tendies tonight, and I am upset about it. Okay, shut up. Here is the ad break now. Fuck you.
I was kind of hungry. It was dinner time. It was 7:38, and it was dark because it was January. And the tow truck guy said, there's a Denny's 2 blocks down here, and there's a Jack in the Box there, and he was driving me to the motel. I said, is there an IHOP around? Because I really like IHOP. He's like, yeah, but it's kind of like 5 miles back in the other direction. I was like, okay. He's like, I can drive you there if you want. And I was like, he's like this short Mexican guy, and he seemed really harmless, and I was like, okay. And he, and I asked him about his life, and he had a wife and kids, and so he wasn't flirting.
The travels of Jody and the sweet Mexican continues on for another 2 minutes. The detective then brings Jody's attention to what he already believes was the trigger motive for the murder.
So, moving over to his trip to Cancun that he was going to. When did you first find out about that he was going with Mimi?
Oh, I found out about that at his memorial services on Monday. It was the Monday night memorial service.
Okay. You didn't know he was taking Mimi?
I didn't know that. I think that's awesome, actually.
Right.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, Mimi had called him a week or two before, and I told him, look, if you want to take somebody else, it's fine, but I have something to tell you. I don't look at you that way. I don't look at you as a boyfriend. If you want to be friends, we can be friends.
The detective essentially stated that Travis was friend-zoned by Mimi, but he still invited her instead of Jody anyway.
What kept you to him? I don't understand.
Well, moving is expensive, for one. So once I was there, I was kind of stuck there.
But why do you continue to go back to him? You know what he wants, you know that it's not healthy, but yet you continue to go back. And it brings us to this point where we are now.
Part of my perspective now has to do with the fact that I'm going through a repentance process that I've worked out with, with my bishop, and he's given me, certain scriptures to read and ponder and pray about. And
Preacher Jody emerges for another 2 minutes, going into detail about scriptures and baptisms. The detective then interjects and starts getting more confrontational with the facts about Jody's behavior towards Travis.
And obviously you guys kept this relationship hidden from everybody else, and because nobody really knew about it.
well,
There were some people who I talked to and said, yeah, they continued to have a relationship even after they broke up. And there are others who were saying that you had become obsessive with him to the point to where you would go into his house when he wasn't there or when you weren't invited, and he would talk to people saying, she just kind of showed up, and I don't want to tell her to leave, but I don't want her here.
oh, must have been early on, because there were a couple times when we established a rule early on, just don't come over unless, he said, you can come over anytime, but I need to know first.
The detective then starts ramping up.
Bro, that is... oh, brother. I just want to say, be careful who you have sexual intercourse with, okay? Also, Travis is a piece of shit that played with his girl's emotions until she snapped. She wouldn't have murdered, obviously, but she pushed past the breaking point. What? What? No shot did someone just say that in the chat. Dude, get the fuck out, dude. Chat's back to using the defending the murderer technique to stunlock the fucking streamer technique. Chat only defends women murderers. I wonder why. I don't know if it's because they're like over... I don't know if it's because they're like overcorrective, hyper woke people, or if they're just literally like simps. I don't know which one it is.
Up the pressure and brings Jody's alibi and road trip into the discussion.
Was it the week of the first week of June? You took a trip to Salt Lake City. Which route did you take from there?
I was supposed to get on the 15 and go all the way up. And I somehow got off the 15.
Where did you end up?
For a while I was lost. And I'm not above sleeping in the car, so I slept for a while.
I don't know, having sex with her that much and then inviting the other girl is kind of abusive, not gonna lie. Bro, they weren't fucking dating. What the fuck are you talking about, dude? It's because this community is so roomy, Hassan. The men can be fucking vile in here. That's literally why. What the fuck? Also, no matter what happens, like... Okay, guys, remember how I said that, like, not everything is fucking abuse? Having casual sex with someone is not fucking abuse. Jesus Christ. And abuse inherently does not mean, like, a justification for murder regardless. What are you doing, dude?
I'm a heavy sleeper and I sleep a lot, so...
But you were on the 15 for a while, and you ended up getting off the 15 somewhere.
Yeah, I looked at a map, but I'm pretty sure I know where I went. Can I draw you a map?
Sure. So this trip took you a little over 48 hours then. I have a problem with this trip.
Well, I
Okay.
went first too.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I know you went down here. I've gone over this trip over and over in my mind and on paper.
He knew she was a stalker. He should have stopped fucking her. Wow, dude. Wow, literally, just say he deserved to be murdered. Mad because you like to lead girls on? Oh my god, dude. Are you fucking insane, dude? What the fuck? Bro, there are some real psychos in here, dude. There are some real sick fucks in here, dude. Seriously.
And even if there's still 20 some odd hours, even if you pulled over to sleep a couple of times.
Oh, did I tell you that I got stranded?
Yeah,
Okay.
you mentioned that. If you slept for 10 hours
I only slept for like
here
8
and
hours.
here, it would still leave 18 some odd hours for something else. Okay. This is what people are focusing on, is this trip that you took. Because they're saying she left, she didn't get to till Thursday. Wednesday? That's when Travis was killed.
It actually, honestly, it makes me happy that, like, to know that, like, most community members who say shit like that are never gonna get laid. So it's fine. You know what I mean? Like, because you are a danger to society. Like, if that's your take, honestly. Like,
I did not go near his house. Aren't there?
I pulled your cell records. Your cell phone was turned off between here and here.
Well, I didn't turn it off physically, but it died.
And then it magically, you
I got it.
found your charger here.
It was packed under the seat of the passenger side, and it was when I was.
When you were lost, you couldn't have maybe pulled over and found it, or
Well, I did finally start looking when I was stranded. I wouldn't have pulled over when I was lost.
Detective Flores explains to Jody multiple times over how the trip doesn't make any sense whatsoever, and whether it's feigned naivety or that she literally doesn't understand the concept of
record-
time and distance, she pretends to be
for
confused.
the record, people who are saying, how are you gonna keep fucking a girl that you told all your friends was a psycho over and over again after you knew, is the exact same argument that, like, people retort to women with when they say, like, why did you keep dating your fucking abuser after you knew that they were abusive? I'm just letting you know that you are literally doing that, except in the emotional or physical abusive domestic relationship, like, it didn't end in a murder, whereas in this one it did. So it's even worse than that. I'm just letting you know that, like, this is a situation that is worse than the other situation that everyone understands and has established is, like, fucked up.
by the allegation rather than actually confront it. This goes on for 3 minutes before the detective confronts Jody with the evidence of the photographs on Travis's camera.
But I don't think you're being completely honest with me about that trip.
I honestly got lost. It's bad timing.
Were you at Travis's house on Wednesday?
Absolutely not. I was nowhere near Mesa.
What are you talking
I was
about? Women
nowhere
get
near
murdered over that almost
Phoenix.
every day. Hey, asshole. How do you not understand that that's unjustifiable? Whereas there only one person in one instance is being justified here. That's literally my point.
I wasn't even close to him.
What if I could show you proof you were there? Will that change your mind?
I wasn't there.
You can be honest with me, Jody.
I was not at Travis's house. Was not.
You were at Travis's house. You guys had a sexual encounter, which there's pictures. And I know you know there's pictures because I have them. I will show them to you.
Uh-oh. SpaghettiOs.
Okay?
Dude.
So, what I'm asking you is for you to be honest with me. I know you were there.
Are you sure those pictures aren't from another time?
Positive. Remember I told you about the camera?
Mm-hmm.
The card's intact. Remember I told you that card was destroyed? I didn't want to tell you the truth. And I have pictures of you in Travis's bedroom with Travis, pictures of him, and it's obvious you guys are having sex, taking photos of each other, and they're dated and time-stamped on the day he died.
Are you sure it's me? I mean, that because I was
Jody,
not there.
It's you. And you know it's you.
I mean, literally caught in 4K. Like, actually caught in 4K. Maybe 8K. I don't know how many Ks there are in here, but being murdered doesn't make your past actions that led to the horrible event automatically ethically good and justifiable and can't be questioned. No, you're correct. Except, you know, having sex casually with someone is not fucking abuse when the other person is consenting to doing so. You fucking freak. You absolute psycho. That's wild, dude. Yo, people are actually fucking dumb, dude. Not just consenting, initiating. Oh, fuck, dude. Shit, dude. I didn't realize, like, having a fuck buddy means that, like, that could have led to him being murdered. Fuck, dude. Bro, you guys are, oh my God. Some of you literally, again, like I said. The JCS has been even better because of this chat. I just like, I really did not think that this community would have so many fucking psychotic takes. Like,
I know all the details of this case. The only thing I don't know is why. Why did you choose to go visit Travis that day? And why did you do what you did?
I never
Why,
hurt
Jody?
Travis.
You did. You hurt him.
I like how you use your platform to undermine people. Dude, learn how to spell, you fucking idiot. Undermined. Learn what words are if you're going to use them, okay? With your $2 words.
That's why we're here. That's
I
why
said undermined. There's an E in the end of that.
About this. I can just arrest you and throw you in jail, but I want to know why. Why did you do this to him?
I wouldn't hurt Travis. He's done so much for me.
I know you took pictures of him in the shower just before he died.
I don't think he would allow that.
Mm-hmm. And the camera actually took a couple of photos by accident during the time that he was being killed.
Really?
Yeah, Jody, really. You were there. Quit playing this game. It's time for you to just come out and,
I didn't
tell
know.
me.
I did not hurt Travis.
Dude, we've gotten so used to, like, good detectives that, like, when one of them is bad, it's so obvious. Like, this guy sucks. And one thing I realized is that in a lot of instances, if someone is, like, caught dead to rights, like, caught in 4K, whatever, the detectives really fuck it up, dude. Like, he's just like, come on, just submit it. Like, dude, what are you doing? Like, what the fuck are you doing? This guy's good? I mean, I don't think so. I think he's just like, he keeps saying, like, come on, come on, come on. That detective's son literally died the week of the trial and he still went. Holy shit, that's crazy. I think he's being too direct. Yes, that's hindsight bias, maybe. This is a method called hindsight bias. I feel like he just comes across more desperate before building her up and then shooting her down. You know what I mean? Like, we've seen so many people literally play like mind games and like actually have all of this information, and yet, no, I'm serious. I feel like when there's more information, I feel like detectives don't like operate as carefully as they would with like, when there's less information, you see interrogators like literally go through the process and like allow them to feel comfortable and then strike while the iron's hot, catch him in a fucking lie. Like, this dude literally is just like, come on, just admit it. I caught you. I caught you. I caught you.
I did not hurt Travis. I wouldn't do that to him.
The detective then goes on to explain the DNA evidence collected at the crime scene, which includes Jody's blood mixed with Travis's blood, Jody's hair, and Jody's bloody palm print.
You either had blood on your hand and you touched the wall, or there was blood on the wall and you touched the blood.
It said, what timestamp is it at? What is it, 37:55? Okay.
Could my palm print have already been there and then blood touched it?
Jody, this is over. This is absolutely over. You need to tell me the truth.
Listen, the truth is I did not hurt Travis.
If you want, I can show you some pictures of him. Do you want to see pictures of him?
You're gonna say yes. That's psychopathic
Part of me
behavior.
does and part of me doesn't.
That's real psychopathic behavior. That's real psychopathic behavior. A normal person would never be like, yeah, show me my fucking murdered boyfriend, dude. No, that's like, I've seen enough fucking criminal movies to know that like psychos love fucking seeing their victims again. Like, it's like hot for them. You know what I mean? Also, this dude is literally fucking like, oh, you want to see? You want to see what you did? Like, come on, bro. Chill the fuck out. He's trying to get a confession. He's being bad. Her little girl voice is aggravating. I know how violent and deranged she is. Yeah.
No,
Jody.
There's a morbid curiosity.
Jody,
I wanted to know how he died.
we can keep playing these games over and over again. I'm not going to believe you.
Listen,
It's over.
could it have been my blood from
Your
before?
image is not important right now. Saving the rest of your life is.
Listen, if I'm found guilty, I don't have a life. I'm not guilty. I didn't hurt Travis. If I hurt Travis, if I killed Travis, I would beg for the death penalty. It just seems so impossible. I want to see it. I want to know. I mean, I'm not a murderer, but I guess if I were to do that, I would wear gloves or, something. Okay, let's say for a second that I did. And I say,
Isn't this verbatim OJ? Like, she's literally going with the if I did it shit.
I did it. I mean,
The motive is there. The jealousy issue.
but I wouldn't even say it was jealous. I mean, there may have been some jealousy there, but
Then what is
I think
it?
if
What
anyone-
caused this?
I think if anyone, maybe Travis was jealous, but
That's not what everybody else says. I can prove you were there. I can prove it. But what I don't have is I don't have answers on why it happened. Or, maybe something just got out of hand.
I just-
Maybe
He's not doing how and why. He didn't even instill confidence in her. He's not doing a good job. I'm sorry. He has her dead to rights, and that's precisely why they're not being clever with the fucking interrogation in this one. Backseat detective? I'm just saying, dude. Motherfuckers act like we didn't watch Casey Anthony walk last night. Like, he's not applying any of the techniques, dude. Bro, you watch 4 videos, now you're an expert? Yes, I am literally the embodiment of Twitch chat, okay? Someone who grossly overestimates their intelligence because they watched 3 YouTube videos. Okay? I am you. I am you.
Maybe things got out of hand.
Did you find the gun? Maybe that would...
Jody, we're just playing games here. I'm gonna take a little break, but I need you to think about what you're doing here. Because the best thing for you to do is to tell me the truth. It's so important that you tell me.
He just let her ramble on and now is like, come on, admit it. We caught you.
Why this occurred, what was going through your mind, and what caused you to do this. I'll let you think about that. Okay? And I'm gonna go look for some pictures, and I'll bring them over, and we'll continue this discussion. Okay? Let me go find them. I'll be right back.
Tips, I'm not a murderer.
Oh, pictures are coming up. Yeah, not yet though. Not yet. Right? He's gonna bring the photos now at like 37:30. Stop! Stop!
What kind of gun is that? I'm just curious.
It's a Glock.
I just bought a gun.
Yeah, Jim? You probably found it by now.
Probably. I was taking it somewhere.
These are just a few photos.
Oh God! Dude, oh my God, that was bi stretching right there.
And I want to be careful not showing you certain photos.
Please
because
don't
some
show
of
me
them are
photos.
very bad.
If Travis were here today, he would tell you that it wasn't me.
No.
I'm like worried, dude. I'm worried.
My
I'm worried.
job is to speak for Travis right now. And everything Travis is telling me is that Jody did this to me.
Come on, tell me that that's good. Tell me that that's good detective work, by the way. Okay, this is one photo, but it's not like a bad one. Stop saying she's 100% guilty. It literally does not matter. It literally does not matter. It literally does not matter. Okay? It does not matter. We have actually seen being 100% guilty, like dead to fucking rights, is completely irrelevant. Casey Anthony walked, dude. That stretch is why he kept having sex with her. Oh God, stop. Okay. He does look kind of scared in this photo.
Remember him?
Remember him? Come
Is he
on.
naked? In the shower?
Yep.
Jody is then shown one of the pictures that was taken by accident while she was in the process of murdering Travis.
It's your foot, Jody. Those are your pants. No, it's off color because we had to enhance it and the color kind of changes a little bit. That's Travis.
The pictures aren't even that bloody. I just don't want to risk it.
This is his bathroom. That is not my foot.
Couldn't even recognize Travis. He'd been there so long. Do you have any recent cuts that are healing?
Well, my cat scratches me. Little things. These are all her work.
Is there more, Chad? Is there
This
more?
her. That's her. I've got scars. She's a feral cat. All these little things are her.
Well, enough about your cat, but there's no doubt in my mind that you were there. There's no doubt in my mind that you did this. None. So you can go until you're blue in the face and tell me you weren't there and you had nothing to do with it.
134, 205,
I want to know
210.
why.
For real?
It's killing me inside. I
That's
don't know
the
why.
thing, like, there's no reason for it. There's no reason why. There's no reason I would ever want to hurt him.
And I have a solid case against you. And I can present it to the judge. As cold as it is now. I don't know why she did it. Or I can present it to the judge with your explanation.
If I'm found
That's not
guilty, what
true.
happens?
What do you mean? You go to jail.
Price.
Well, what's the price?
I don't know.
Don't you know what the sentences are? The sentences that are carried for something.
It depends
Bro.
on your situation.
Bro, she's literally doing RP. Like, this is GTA RP shit, dude. Hey, if I'm guilty, like, what's up? What is she, like, doing a fucking plea bargaining agreement? Like, what's happening, dude?
How old you are
It's like, come on, come on.
depends on the
You're
type
stalling.
of crime. It depends on whether you show remorse or not. And part of that remorse is at least coming clean. When somebody doesn't come clean, I don't see any remorse. I know you're afraid, but you're already going through it right now. There's no backing up. There's no backing up to yesterday. There's no backing up to that day. It's already happened. And unfortunately, you're gonna have to face the consequences.
You know, if I did that, I'd be fully ready to face the consequences. I'm not really for things like, you know, I'm all for the 10 Commandments, thou shalt not kill. Okay? I just can't. I didn't kill Travis. I just didn't.
Everybody knows murder is immoral in Christianity. Duh. That's a foolproof method. I don't know why they didn't just let her go, dude. Also, what I find additionally strange about this entire thing is, like, what Christian brings up the 10 Commandments? It's like something you say if you're lying on the spot about being Christian. You know what I mean? It's like when Donald Trump says, like, I love the Bible, and they're like, oh, which one? He's like, all of it. All of the verses, all of them, they're my favorite, believe me. Like, oh, wow, I didn't realize, like, my cat murdered him, and I'm religious. This is a whole interview is really awkward. Old Testes. He's Mormon, not Christian. No, he's Mormon, and Mormon is still Christianity. Shut the fuck up. Okay, it's just an extension of Christianity. And I don't think is she Mormon too?
I did not take his life.
You need to come out and tell me why this happened. I will not accept any other excuses. I will just move on with my investigation, with my final report, submitting all the conclusions and all the evidence. And we can just let a judge and a jury decide. We can leave it in the
What
hands
about
of
a
a
lie
jury.
detector test?
We can do that, that's fine.
Would that help me at all?
I mean, you can't use them in court, but
Well, then there's no point in taking it.
I took a knife to him.
It's like saying Islam is an extension of Judaism.
Couldn't stop.
Islam is an extension of Judaism. It's an improvement of
Couldn't
all
stop.
of the other, in the eyes of Muslims.
I mean,
Islam is the most improved, updated version of all Abrahamic religions. So yes, Muslims wouldn't even get mad at that. They would literally say that, yeah, no, it's true.
before you knew it was all over, and then you panicked.
I've never been that angry at him. Not enough for that. I've been so far angrier at other people, at other ex-boyfriends.
Then tell me who could have done this. Who did this?
I don't know, but if I go to trial for this, and if I'm convicted for this, whoever did this is going to be sitting very pretty somewhere. Glad that it wasn't them.
And it's my job to make sure that an innocent person does not go to jail. But I don't see an innocent person sitting in front of me.
Travis.
Bro, like, ask her what she thinks happened or something, dude. It's like, dude, we have your photo. You fucking foolishly took photos on your fucking camera. And then on accident, didn't even look through the photos. On accident, like, literally took a photo of the murder. Like, what do you think happened? Like, how would you describe this if you were in my shoes? I just want to know, like, I just want to know what, like, just have fun with it at this point, you
A
know?
lot for me, and I wouldn't hurt him. He introduced the gospel to me.
Why is everybody saying that you are capable of hurting him? Everybody says it.
I don't know why anyone.
So don't tell me that
capable.
you're
He's
not
just like, he's
capable.
like gossiping about her fucking friends and shit. Everybody says you're capable of murder.
I don't even hurt spiders. Oh, I kicked a dog once. I was a freshman in high school, and I love animals. And we had this dog. His name was Doggy Boy. And
What
my
is this
parents,
fucking
until this dog that
story?
we have now, have never been able to. And I don't mean just them. We as a family have never been able to care for a dog properly, as far as give it attention and take it for walks and be consistent.
To save you the oncoming ramble about Doggy Boy the dog, she lightly tapped him with her foot for tearing open the trash, and she's felt so bad ever since that it changed her entire worldview on the animal kingdom. She now apologizes to the dog, through the detective, who's conducting her interrogation for first-degree murder.
And I need to apologize for that to him. I know it sounds weird, my relationship with animals. It's kind of like they're like people too, you know, they have souls.
What you need to do is you need to apologize to Travis. But you just refuse.
Listen,
Yeah, I can't help you anymore if you're not going to.
Is the detective like in the chat or something? Why are chatters defending this guy who literally said, come on, you should apologize to Travis? Wow, what kind of detective, what technique is that one, chatters? That's called the gotcha technique, okay? Where, you know, if she says like, I am sorry for Travis, he's like, ha ha! You know what I mean?
If you're not going to help yourself.
you asked
I
me
really
prior.
can't. I can't, Jody.
It's fascinating to observe how fast she can switch from one emotion to the next once she realizes a particular strategy hasn't worked. The attempt at elevating her character by expressing how much she cares for spiders and pets hasn't seemed to have any effect on the detective, so she then switches her disposition from sorrowful to analytical, as she once more tries to manipulate his perception of her.
If I did anything that had anything to do with his death in any way,
It's not if to me.
I wouldn't.
It's not if. It's not if at all.
Well, to me it is. I would be more than remorseful.
Is it maybe something you're blocking out of your head?
I don't think so. I mean, I tend to write everything down. I just finished the book, The Road Less Traveled.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, the true definition of sanity is dedication to reality at all costs.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is definitely reality. We are.
Bro, she is like, she literally is committing a double homicide here because she's gonna cause the fucking detective to murder himself, okay? What is this Yo, how people really do say anything and people just listen, dude. I swear to God. Why do we think we listen to you? Okay, bro, she's like Robert Frost wrote. Robert Frost once wrote a wonderful book. Or is that even Robert Frost? Like, I mean, The Road Less Traveled is a poem by Robert Frost, but I don't know if there's like a book too. Is it not? She says she read a fucking book, so. Or, oh, is The Road Not Taken? Yeah. Is she talking about a different book? I don't fucking know. You legit call every woman on the show hot? Calm down. I've literally never called any of the women hot except for her.
We are sitting here inside of an office, the sheriff's department, and you are facing first-degree murder charges.
What did
No, I
you
didn't
do?
say Casey Anthony was hot.
Going to be booked into jail.
Wait, she's not even hot.
Eventually
She's
you will be brought back to Arizona, and you will stand trial. That's the reality. And once you realize that, I think you'll be better for it.
I've had worse issues with other people. They're all still alive. I'm still friends with my ex-boyfriends. They're all still alive.
I said she was
I've been doing this
attractive,
a
like an
long
attractive
time.
white lady.
And there's one thing that I can never get out of my head. Ever since the first day I talked to you,
Like,
is there's
big difference? Yes, attractive is like more of an analytical term. When I say someone is an attractive white lady, I don't mean like, oh, she's fuckable or I want to fuck her. I mean like, she is objectively aesthetically pleasing to a maximal amount of people. Do you understand? Like, that's what I mean when I say attractive. Do you not see the difference there? And I was saying that when I was talking about her situation, like, and why she was getting away with it. And I also mentioned it. Yes, thank you, Dizzy Rivers. I said it from the perspective of the cops.
all saying that, you know, someone's just not acting right. Look into it. You have not acted right from day one. You're just not acting right, Jody. You're acting like somebody who's guilty.
How so?
You tell me. I know because I've been doing it a long time.
It's
taken
not
me a
that I
long
don't-
time to figure it out. But within the first 30 seconds to a minute of a conversation, I know when somebody's acting right. There's a certain way people act.
How did I act
Okay,
that would
it's not
make you
like-
think?
It's not like TV. It's not anything like that. It's not
Sounds
just
terrible.
seeing movies.
Is it because I'm not crying?
No. It's not because of that.
What is it? I mean, I'm not going to change how I act.
He literally sounds like he's trying to flirt with her too. Like, he's like, yeah, I'm pretty smart. I'm kind of like Sherlock Holmes. You know? There's a way that ladies be acting. And I know. I'm pretty smart myself, so.
No, obviously you can't change the way you're
No, I
acting.
mean, I am who I am.
Okay, you're sincere in the way you're acting. But
Well, how is
you're just not telling the truth.
How is it different?
Well, it's not really something you need to focus on anymore.
After Jody failed her attempts to extract inside knowledge on the best way to behave in order to appear innocent, she then attempts to explain why she hasn't been able to appear innocent.
It's not that I'm not remorseful that he died. The reason I hesitate is because maybe this is something that's wrong with me psychologically, is I think of the butterfly effect. And it's like, you could say that the guy pumping gas down at the gas station could have potentially, because you see all these movies, these funky movies, where it's like this affected this, which affected this, which affected this, if he had never done this.
I know if you had never met him, he'd probably still be alive.
Okay, no matter what happens, the fact that this detective hasn't taken out his fucking revolver and shot her point blank at this point means that he at least, while a shitty investigator, has a lot of restraint. Because, oh my God, dude. It's literally a fucking me or you situation at this point. Like, she is going to murder him by boring him to death by mentioning the most unrelated shit I have ever fucking seen. Like, well, you know, the butterfly effect.
That's true.
Yeah, that's because you killed him.
No, I just can't admit to something that I didn't do. If it would help, if it would help my case and give me an easier sentence. I know that people plead guilty for those things.
No, and I don't want you to do that. That is the absolute last thing I want.
I wish that I had answers. I'm sorry. There's just no reason. There's just no reason.
There's no good reason why this happened. There's never a good reason why somebody dies like this.
This seems to be the moment Jody fully confronts the reality of her situation. The anguish she has over her own fate will become visible, yet she will now disguise this anguish as grief over Travis's death. She does this by posing a question.
How many times was Travis stabbed?
More than I want to remember.
Bro, this is the worst detective I've ever fucking heard in my entire life. More than I want to remember. Like, you're...
I think you're feeling the reality in the moment now.
This is embarrassing, bro.
Travis's family is gonna miss out on the Travis. There's just no reason I would ever want to hurt him.
All I know is that I need a story or else it's just cold. It's so cold. But without the truth, I can't paint another picture. And it's going to be up to the prosecutor to paint that picture. And if you want that prosecutor, and I've met him, and you don't want him.
Azam, 5 hours experience, detective, question marks, hours of experience? Yeah, I could do a better job. I've already learned. Everything I need to know about being a detective, okay? It's over. What, dude? Always blame the black person. There you go. Boom. Promote me right now, dude. That's it. Boom. Fucking immediately. Police chief. That's how it goes. You're hired. Exactly.
Him painting that picture.
Dream Stands would cancel you over that one? Yeah, I know. Streamer blames black guy. Instantly gets promoted.
I have to maintain my innocence. I can't admit to doing something that I haven't done. There's just no
Well, I
reason.
have more work to do.
Can you give me a rundown of what's going to happen from here when you leave?
Yeah, you're,
Like, just today, for example.
Good to see black suffering is a joke. Oh, these are the fucking weirdo newbies, dude. Name 3 black people you talk to regularly. Stonelock is over, Cap. Skip the N-word tweet, Pepela. Oh my god, dude. Dude, yes, we're racist, dude. Get out of here. Get out of this racist community. Okay, there you go. I saved you. Motherfucker said name 3 black people, bro. Oh, you say, oh, you say you're anti-racist? Name all the black people, dude. Name every
you'll
black
probably be
person.
taken across the street to the county jail. You'll be processed through there.
This is a really trivial question, and it's gonna reveal how shallow I am. But before they book me, can I clean myself up a little bit?
You're gonna be taken the way you are. I can't give you anything else.
Do I have to go in handcuffs everywhere?
Mm-hmm.
It's just procedure.
Whether you wrote a bad check or you're facing murder charges, you're gonna go in handcuffs.
Dude, they're fucking back and forth is like triggering me. Okay, I'm telling you, I see like the vibes are fucked in this one. Haha, whether you're handcuffed or whether you wrote a bad check or you murdered someone, you're gonna get handcuffed. Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, what's going on? Are you guys gonna fuck later? Like, what are you? Why are you trying to establish chemistry with the fucking murderer? after failing to get her to, admit that she did a murder for like 2.5 hours. He's acting like he's the main character in this movie, bro. Yeah, straight up.